So today is kind of our 38th birthday party. So this is our 38th annual baby reunion, and we throw a party every year. We come to Pecan Springs Ranch, which is an amazing venue. It's just absolutely incredible. And we invite all of our former patients, current patients who've had babies, anybody who's had a baby with us. We've had over 26,000 babies now, and we're at the point now where 4 babies a day born in Austin come from us. So we're really proud of that, and we've got an amazing team. We have 9 physicians, all board certified in reproductive endocrinology and infertility. We have an incredible number of nurses, medical assistants, clerical staff, administrative staff. Our embryologists are just second to none. I mean, they're really amazing. They're the ones who make all the music. I mean, they're just incredible. So they're the ones that make it happen. But it's just so amazing to be a part of this. This is like, Christmas and Hanukkah and, Kwanzaa all rolled into one day. And so this is the day we look forward to every year. We circle it on the calendar. Oh, we've got a petting zoo, which is my personal favorite, if you leave out the snow cones, because that's really my personal favorite. But we've got, cupcake making, we've got cotton candy, we've got bounce houses, we've got sports things where the kids can play basketball and baseball, they can throw footballs. We've got fishing in a livestock fish pond. We've got, people on stilts, we've got clowns who are not scary. And we've got just so much fun stuff for the kids. And, what's in it for the kids is all the fun stuff we have, and what's in it for us is all the kids. Because it's so heartwarming to see what we do. And, we knew these families, we knew these parents when they came in before they were families, and we know how badly they wanted to be a family, and we know how hard they had to work to achieve their goal, and everybody here is a superstar. I mean, every single one of them is a superstar for what they've had to go through and what they've persevered. And now you see them and you see how happy they are, and you see their kids and how happy they are. And there is nothing better, nothing better. So, my patients didn't choose to stand in the infertility line any more than somebody chooses to stand in the breast cancer line, right? Infertility is a disease that was given to them. They did nothing to get it on their own. It was given to them, and they were struggling for years usually to try and find a solution. Most of our patients, when they were kids, little boys growing up, little girls growing up, they wanted to have their own boys and girls, and have their own family, and that's what they dreamed about. And through some twist of fate or through some weird occurrence, they were prevented from achieving that. And finally, they got the courage to pick up the phone and call us and to come in and see us. And then they got even more courage to go through treatment. But they come out on the other side, and it's just, we talk all the time about, we see butterflies just, blossom and bloom, and we see flowers just open up, and that's what happens when you see what happens to people who come in, single, or they're with each other, and then they leave as parents with families.
Crazy. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty open when I talk to people about Penelope, and I'm like, oh yeah, we had to do IVF, and it was hard for us to conceive, and it's amazing how many people experience that, I feel like almost so many times when I tell the story, people either know somebody or people are like, oh, me too, and just seeing all these babies and children who might not be here without fertility treatments, and it's just, we're just lucky, I guess, to be alive when this is possible, because 100 years ago we probably just wouldn't have a kid. So.
I love that it kind of makes it more normal, because it can be seen as such a taboo topic, but just seeing all these happy families and cute little kids, and just knowing how wanted each one of them was and how hard their parents tried to have them is pretty amazing. And I hope that they spend their whole lives knowing how loved and wanted they are. We decided a few years ago that we would like to start trying to have kids. We've been together now for 14 years. This year we'll be married. And it just didn't come very easily. So we were referred there by our OB-GYN and got to meet Dr. Petrini. Thankfully, she was the first person that had an appointment available, and she was like the perfect match for us, just personality-wise and demeanor. And we just wanted to have a baby. So they were our gateway to do that. We did what they call a IUI, or intrauterine insemination. We did 5 cycles of that. And when that wasn't successful, we kind of moved on to the next step, which was IVF, in vitro fertilization. And Penelope was one of our little embryos that we were able to get during our IVF cycle. And she got placed December 2024 and was born September 2025.
A lot of frustration, a lot of fear, I mean, just like anxiety, like, is it going to work this time? It's with the IUI and, just the nature of the human body. You have to wait like a month or whatever to even find out if anything's happening. And, IVF's an investment, and we had to talk about that. But once we decided to do it, I mean, they definitely, Texas Fertility definitely like helped us kind of feel less anxious about that, I would say, just like answering our questions about what was going to happen and how it would go and all these things. And then, I mean, hope but anxious, just.
There was a lot of sadness kind of leading up to our final decision to do IVF, but obviously it was a phenomenal decision, and we were really, really lucky to have success on our first go around. All the way around, we got eggs retrieved, we got embryos that fertilized, and then our first implantation was her, and it took, so we felt really lucky at the end of it all. We learned a lot of patience, and I think we learned a lot of just like resiliency too. It brought us closer together because hard things do that, and I think especially seeing each other as parents, I think it's given us a new respect and a new love for one another as well. Because obviously I've seen how he loves me, but now watching how he loves our daughter has just made me appreciate him even more.
She's very tough. She's a tough person because all the things that she had to go through are not easy, and disappointment's not easy, but she's tough and she didn't give up, and I owe her everything.